Hi everyone, it's Dion Judge from Growth Hacker. Interesting day today, rather frustrating. I've spent 2 hours on the telephone with a hosting support company who were trying to convince me that the reason this young lady's website wasn't working was that the plugins that she had installed on there were broken, and they could prove that it was the plugins because if they turned them off, the website was running fine. I had explained to them that, well, actually, if you back up that website and install it onto the staging environment, which should be identical, it worked perfectly on there, which proved that it was nothing to do with the software. Ended up going through 3 different engineers before I actually had somebody who would agree with me. And at that point he went, yeah, maybe you're right, maybe our staging server has an issue which is affected when you run particular plugins. And finally we got it sorted out. And that reminded me of a couple of other instances where I've had to argue the case and just reinforce my knowledge with particular companies. There was one company that was telling me I couldn't move my DNS configuration across to a new supplier, basically because I'd lost faith with them. And they were saying it wasn't possible, and I was saying, do you want me to type in the commands for you? Another instance where I was dealing with a lady who'd paid for a company to do SEO for her and proven that the SEO was working because when she did the searches, they were all appearing at the top. Unfortunately, it was what we call branded SEO, and all it was doing was using her name and putting it at the top because she'd actually just called herself, which has got nothing to do with the true SEO that you would use if you were Googling to find a business online. So I'm not saying all these things to try and sound clever. All I'm saying is that it's a complicated world, and just having some experience and some knowledge of the sort of pitfalls and things is absolutely vital when it comes to maintaining a website. So yeah, the professionals may seem expensive. Support and website construction does seem expensive when you think, well, my mate will do it for a £5. But the point is, it's not when things are working, it's when things go wrong. That's when you need the experts. That's when you need your SEO to be correct. That's when you need to ensure that the virtual imaging and memory on your back-end server is correct. All of these things that people just don't encounter on day-to-day construction using Wix. You know, that's when your provider really comes to the fore. And at the end of the day, that doesn't happen in the first 3 months of you using a particular website. It happens later on when there's an update to the PHP, for instance, or some other underlying component of the server. You know, these are the times when you're already using your website and earning money from your website. These are the times where the support company come to your aid, when your site being down for hours actually costs you money.